This is the story of Karen Silkwood, a whistleblower who met a tragic ending. Karen Silkwood was a laboratory analyst at Kerr-McGee's plutonium plant. Kerr-McGee was a billion-dollar oil producer company that believed nuclear power was a profitable supplement to petroleum. They began using plutonium instead of uranium and claimed that the radioactive chemical element was just as safe. After working at the plant for a few years, Silkwood began to learn more about the hazardous nature of plutonium. She noticed that workers were exposed to plutonium radiation as no safety measures were imposed by the company Kerr-McGee. She decided to run for the head of the Oil, Chemical, and Atomic Workers International Union, or OCAW for short, and reported her findings to the union's legislative officials. She was also the first female on the union's negotiating team. Karen began to collaborate with a fellow member of the OCAW to actually spy on the company, Kerr-McGee, and gather files as evidence in order to prove her allegations were true. It was said that during this time, Karen became so invested in her investigation that she was constantly exposed to high levels of plutonium radioactivity. It could actually be detected every time she left her lab station. After a urine test and an apartment showed high levels of chemical activity, Karen underwent thorough investigation to ensure she was not in any immediate danger. And by investigation, I mean lab testing. Karen Silkwood was speaking with a New York Times journalist and National Union representative, David Burnham, and told him she wanted to go public with the information she'd been holding on to for so long. At this point in time, she had not gone public with anything. Unfortunately, on her way to the meeting with this official, she died in a car crash. While police ruled the car crash an accident and claimed that Silkwood fell asleep at the wheel, it is widely believed and speculated that she was forced off the road because of some dents to her bumper, and that she was killed on purpose because she was planning on exposing the company's misconduct. Because no news outlet ever got a hold of her story while she was still alive, congressional hearings ultimately exposed what Karen Silkwood was researching for so many years. It took the death of Karen Silkwood for people to begin questioning the practices of the nuclear industry. The Atomic Energy Commission investigated the plant Silkwood worked at and eventually shut it down due to major code violations. A suit filed by Karen's father shortly after her death also revealed that Kerr-McGee was negligent and that someone had planted plutonium in Karen Silkwood's apartment. At the time of her death, massive amounts of plutonium were found inside of her refrigerator. The court hearing revealed that Silkwood believed she was deliberately being contaminated with plutonium while working in the lab. Kerr-McGee, on the other hand, argued that she must have been drugging herself or contaminating herself in some way to make the company look responsible. However, while her apartment revealed high levels of plutonium, none was found in her car or her personal belongings or her locker at work. A book about the whistleblower, called The Killing of Karen Silkwood, revealed that her family was constantly harassed leading up to and during the court hearings. It was also said that her lawyers were physically assaulted every time they left the courtroom. In the book, it is said that a key witness testifying against Kerr-McGee actually killed themselves before they could even ever take the stand. Many people believe in the theory that Silkwood's death was all a part of a cover-up, an insidious plan by Kerr-McGee to keep the allegations a secret. However, there are a handful that believe she was just looking for attention. It's safe to say that Karen Silkwood is seen as a martyr who gave nuclear safety activists and whistleblowers alike the confidence to follow in her footsteps. Her whistleblowing led to public awareness of nuclear plants, something that the public generally didn't really care about before, and it even forced the industry to take more precautions as a result in order to prevent lawsuits like the one that Kerr-McGee faced. Shortly after her death, a nuclear power accident in Pennsylvania released plutonium radiation into the atmosphere. and the company responsible for the accident, 3 Mile Island, wanted to dump all of the waste into a nearby stream. However, a legal team stepped in and stopped the company from doing any more damage. They filed lawsuits on behalf of the victims affected. It is said that, due to the recent lawsuit on behalf of Karen Silkwood, the company 3 Mile Island was actually held responsible for their actions. Since her death, a ton of movies, documentaries, and books have been made about her heroic actions. A famous movie about Silkwood starring Meryl Streep in 1983 received a lot of attention. It displayed Karen's courage and her determination to expose an unethical practice. The book, The Killing of Karen Silkwood, looks beyond the common theories and actually suggests that the U.S. government may be involved in Karen Silkwood's death and/or cover-up. The author hints at FBI involvement, corruption, and lies, and suggests that the government knows exactly what happened to Karen Silkwood and will never reveal it to the public. I suggest, if you're interested in this story, that you definitely check it out.